Hello, so we're going to work on the second part for 2.3, okay? So our supply and demand. Section. Put the 15. Okay, so when we're talking about supply and demand, so we have a couple graphs that we are going to talk about. Okay, and I want to let you know, so what's different from your economics class is that we put price on the x-axis and quantity on the y-axis. So if we're looking at, okay, so I'm going to have supply, okay, and then demand, so that's supply. And then this is demand. Okay, so and what we have for these, so say with this one, so if we look here, so if I'm like looking right here, where the price is $3, okay, and for this is price, I'll write this out that this is quantity. Okay, so with this one, I'll put H right here. So this is for the demand part. This is K. Okay, so if you look at this, everybody, so the demand is high. So it's like toilet paper in March, and the supply is low. Okay, so that means that the demand exceeds the supply. So you think about it like the toilet paper, hand sanitizer, Lysol was flying off the shelves, right? So if we have where supply, over here, because, yeah. Okay, so this is our supply. And we have a demand. So if we're over here, so the price is $7, or let's say hand sanitizer, this is what we were talking about. So if we're here, and then I look at K, should be right on there. Okay, so that means everybody that the supply is going to be high, and the demand is going to be low. Okay, so that means the items would be sitting on the shelf collecting dust. So supply exceeds the demand. Okay, so if we have, so let's say that the price is right there at $6, and this, so notice that the supply and demand, those graphs are intersecting. Okay, so that's where they intersect. Okay, so that is called the equilibrium price. So the supply and the demand are equal to each other. Okay, so it's at equilibrium. Okay, so let's look at an example, everybody. So, start graph. Go all the way over. We're going to have our supply. Okay, that's going to be our supply one, everybody. This is our demand. Help you remember supply and demand. Put a bag M done a cursive S for the supply, so we don't forget a 5. Okay, so we have price. Okay, and then here is quantity. So how many we have? How many widgets we have? Okay, so let's look at everybody. So what if the price was set at $11? Okay, so if it is at $11, everybody, so we want to know what will happen. So what will happen if the price is set at $11? Okay, so the price is going to exceed the demand. Okay, so price is going to exceed the demand. Okay, so the price is going to increase because the demand, everybody knows the demand is up higher. Okay, the demand exceeds the supply, so it's more than. So again, the item is flying off the shelves like the toilet paper. Okay, so it's flying off the shelf. Okay, let's look at another example for this, everybody. The graph. Okay, so we have our supply. We have our demand. Okay, our price. Our quantity. Okay, so our equilibrium price, everybody, is going to be $1.12 for this one. And we have $1.22. $1.68. Okay, so what will happen if the price is set at $1.98? Okay, so at $1.98, everybody, we look over here. Okay, so at 98 cents, A widgets are in demand. And at 98 cents, B widgets are in supply. So that's how many they have. Let's say it's gum, like extra gum. Okay. So what if we do? What if we set the price at, for the gum, we set the price for the extra gum at $1.22. Make sure we can still see the graph. Is set at $1.22. Okay. So that means So if we set that price, is set at $1.22, then supply exceeds the demand, and the price is going to decrease because they're going to lower the price. So they want to sell that gum. Okay. So I'm going to do one more example for finding the wholesale price, everybody. So let's use an example from buying a Polar Pop at Circle K. So the wholesale price cost of the Polar Pop Okay, so we have the wholesale is equal to, it's going to be the percent markup plus 1. So let's say it's 89 cents, so you pay 89 cents. The markup, okay, so the markup percentage is 250%. Okay, so we're going to, remember, drop the percent sign and move it to the left, okay? Or you can always do, and I had students who would just divide it by 100, whichever works for you, everybody. Plus 1, so $2, so 2 5/10 plus 1, okay? So remember, everybody, in your calculator, put parentheses around it, and I got this wholesale cost is 25 cents. Okay, so our next part of this. So we're still working on supply and demand. So supply and demand is, it's going to be the 1830. Oh, okay. So what we're trying to find out is what is the demand function, okay? So everybody, we're going to use this data. So the wholesale price, and this is the quantity in thousands that the retailer would purchase. And it's going up in increments by 25 cents. So 3,456, 3,000. So we're looking again, everybody, at supply and demand for this, everybody. You are going to need to do this on your assignment. Okay, so we're going to do this. So I want you to know, so this is going to be, so we are going to use decimals. And what we want to figure out first, what is the demand function? The demand equation of demand. Okay. We are going to use Desmos again. Okay. Backslash calculator. Okay. And we are going to, so we're going to input this data again, everybody, just like we did before. Remember, this is our X values. The quantity is our Y values. Okay, so we're going to do, remember, Y1 and X1 plus B. Okay. So we're going to find our equation first, everybody. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to put our data in, everybody. So remember to do the plus table, and we're going to go ahead and put all those in. And you do need to be doing this along with me just to make sure that you know how to do this. And I'm just using the data that I just wrote down. Okay. And then remember, we're going to go to this part. And I'm going to do Y1. Remember, we need to go to the keyboard. And we go this. And go here. And then we need to go X1 plus B. And then take the keyboard away. Okay, and actually what we're needing is this part, everybody. So I'm also going to talk about the R value. Okay, so we're going to use this. So here's our slope, everybody, and this is our B. Okay, so we're going to write those in, okay, to our notes to write our equation, everybody. So notice with our equation, what we have is Y is equal to mx plus B, okay? So this is going to be, this is our slope. And it's the rate of change. Okay, everybody remember it's the change in Y over change in X. Okay, so we're going to have Q is equal to M, the slope, P is our price, plus B. Okay, remember this is our y-intercept. So I'm going to write that down from what we had. So Q was equal to negative 1,756.19. Okay, so everybody, because this is, we're talking about money, plus P. So P is our price, everybody. And P is our price. Okay, so P is our price. This is our quantity, Q. So P is the price. Q is our quantity. This is our demand function. Plus 30,238.80. Okay, everybody remember again, Q is the quantity. So our slope is negative 1,756.19. okay, and it's a change. So it's the quantity in thousands, okay? So it's the quantity the retailers would purchase. So the quantity per price. So per price or per dollar, okay? And so, and our correlation coefficient, so our correlation coefficient, everybody, that we got from inputting our data, we got negative 0.9991. Okay, so everybody remember from our notes from 2.2, that would be a strong negative. Okay, so everybody, that's a strong negative correlation. Okay, so it's a strong negative correlation. And remember, we're R value, not R squared. Okay, so, and then what we want to know, explain why it makes sense that our demand function has a negative slope. Okay, so everybody think about why it has a negative slope. Okay, so think about it, as the price increases, the stores are going to buy less because the demand is going to be less. People are like, I'm not going to pay that much money for it. Okay, see the highest amount the retailers would buy would be when it's $15.25. It's more people are going to be likely to buy it. Okay, wholesale price. Okay, so as the price increases, and everybody can also just write an arrow if you want, the demand decreases, so it's going to go down. Because remember, they're also going to add their markup. Okay, and you can also just do a P for price. So explain why. Makes sense that our demand function has negative slope. Okay, so it has a negative slope. Okay, everybody, you got this.